Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on wherever you're joining from. Today, I welcome you all to the 31st meetup of Kaggle Days Meetup Delhi NCR. Today is a very specifically, I would say, interesting meetup because today the host as well as the person on the other side who is the speaker is from the Kaggle Days Meetup Delhi NCR team only. So today we have Ritesh Yadav. He is a Kaggle Notebooks master and junior data scientist at Inueron.ai. And today we would be discussing about building GPT-3 powered NLP applications, like lot of trending news going around GPT-3 and kind of things. So Ritesh has finally agreed to do a session on this GPT-3 powered NLP applications. I hope that the session would be really useful for the community members. And over to you, Ritesh. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Aaron, for such a great introduction. So, let me present my screen, then we can move ahead. Okay. Okay, so I'm presenting my slides. So, let's start with the today's topic. So what we are having is we are going to take a look onto how we can build the GPT-3 powered NLP application. So, from the past 1 to 2 years, once the OpenAI has released the GPT-3 model, so it is like in the boom. So everywhere you are going to see, whenever you are hearing the name about natural language processing, so you will be getting to know few of the models which are available in the market. Okay, so few of the state of the art models which are currently present. So, like we are having BERT, we are having Albert, we are having Reformer, we are having GPT-3, or you can say the GPT-N series, in which we are getting from GPT-1, GPT-2, and GPT-3. So what we are going to do in today's, so we are going to take a look onto how you can build the GPT-3 powered NLP application. So let me give you a short introduction about myself. So I'm currently working as a junior data scientist at Inueron.ai. Majorly, I work onto the field of natural language processing and productionizing the machine learning and deep learning models, building a kind of an end-to-end production pipeline using some kind of a machine learning operation techniques. I'm also a Kaggle notebook master. I love to contribute to the Kaggle. And thank you, Kaggle Days, for giving me such a great opportunity for giving a introductory topic onto the giving a session onto this topic on building the GPT-3 applications. So I'm a Kaggle notebook master. I love to contribute to the Kaggle. I take part onto the Kaggle competition. I create some kind of a good, awesome notebooks, so you can take a look onto them. I've also contributed to few of the open source organization. So I've contributed to Porter, which is I'm the maintainer of the Porter organization. So Porter is a cloud native computing foundation organization. I've also contributed to Meshri and TensorFlow Extended. And currently, I've also love to work in the field of machine learning operation. So you can connect with me onto different platform. Uh, there we can discuss about different opportunities which are available in the field of ML ops and data science. Okay, so what is the today agenda? What we are going to discuss today. So we are going to take a look onto what is GPT-3, why we need GPT-3, why GPT-3 came into the existence, how GPT-3 is being trained, and why it is getting so popular nowadays. Okay, then we are going to take a look onto the OpenAI playground. So we are going to take a look onto the OpenAI playground. So how we can build some kind of an NLP use case, how we can achieve the task like fill in the blanks, how we can take a look onto the what is few shot few shot classification, what is zero shot learning, what is few shot learning. So we are going to take a look onto these all things. Then we are going to understand about some of the various engines which are available in the OpenAI playground and what is prompt engineering. Okay, then we will take a look at the end. We are going to build some kind of a sample use case. Okay, we are going to build some of the use case like zero shot paraphraser. We are going to take a look onto what is paraphrasing. Okay, what is paraphrasing, like if you go to take a look onto some of the like tools like Quillbot or Grammarly, so how they are so much optimized. Okay, so they are ultimately doing the task of paraphrasing. Okay, you can give when you give the any kind of a paragraph, it will change the syntax, it will change the grammatical, you can say it will give you some kind of a grammatical errors. Okay, so a lot of different things we are able to see inside the Grammarly extension. Okay, so these all are some of the application of NLP. Then we are going to take a look onto the fill in the blanks, true false generation, and MCQ generation. So these are some of the common tasks which onto which GPT-3 is showing a great results. Okay, so we are going to build these all tasks. I'm going to show you a basic code, and then you can convert it to any kind of a Streamlit application or a Gradio application. Okay, now let's begin with what is GPT-3. So the people who are taking the look onto this talk, so they will know something about GPT-3. Okay, so GPT-3 is a kind of a transformer. So if you have taken a look onto some of the papers which are released by the Google, so Google has released one paper on attention is all you need. Okay, so they have shown you what is attention mechanism, what are transformers, what are encoder decoder models, and at the end they have released one of their model known as BERT. Okay, so if you have knowledge about what is BERT, how BERT is working, what are queries, key, and value, okay, so you can easily understand what is GPT-3. Okay, so in a simple words, if I tell you what is GPT-3, or if we take a look onto this full form, so it is generative pre-trained transformer. Okay, so it is a large language model trained by OpenAI to perform the task like next word prediction, story generation, fill in the blanks, and other. Okay, so GPT-3 is majorly used for, you can say, is used for prompt generation. Let's say I want to generate the next word. So if you have taken a look onto the Gmail, okay, so whenever you are typing any kind of a mail, so at the end, like whenever you are typing thanks, so it will give you a kind of a prompt. A next prompt will be given. So and regards, it will autofill that thing. So this is known as prompt engineering. Okay, a next word will be predicted. In a similar way, if you are like nowadays, if you are typing any message onto the keyboard, so you are going to get the next word automatically. So it is ultimately what you are seeing is known as prompt engineering. So ultimately, it is next word prediction. So it is predicting the next word by taking a look onto the previous context. So what things you have typed till now. Okay, so it is going to understand that one. Then it is going to predict the next word. So you can say GPT-3 is auto-regressive in nature. It is giving the one word to the model, then predicting the another word, then again the same sequence going on. Okay, it is giving the another word to the decoder-based model, and it is predicting the next word. Another thing, GPT-3 is a decoder-based model. Okay, so BERT is a encoder-based model, GPT-3 is a decoder-based model. So in decoder-based model, what we are doing, we are having a word. This word will be given to the decoder, and then decoder is predicting the next word. Okay, by taking a look onto the previous context. So this is how GPT-3 work. A very basic introduction over the GPT-3. Okay, so GPT-3 is the model, is a large language model. So why I'm saying it is a large language model, because it is having 175 billion parameters. Okay, so it is having 175 billion parameters. This model is trained on various book corpus. You can say Wikipedia articles, various. It is trained on huge number of data. Okay, so that's why it is able to generate the new words. It is able to generate the stories. So this is known as GPT-3. So at the end, GPT-3 is a kind of a large language model which is used to predict the next word. Okay, next word is, you can say, is its first task, which it is perfect on. Okay, so it is perfect in predicting the next word, or you can say it is used for prompt generation. It is used to generate the prompt. Now in this, we are giving input as a text and we are getting output as a text. Now some of you have seen some kind of a in the Twitter, some of you have seen some of the application of GPT-3 in which we are writing the uh, you can say text, which is like, let's say I'm saying like create a button in which like the color will be this and we are having a padding will be this. So all the HTML and CSS code will be automatically generated by GPT-3. So these all kind of a task GPT-3 can easily perform. Okay, so in which we are giving input as a text and also getting output as a text, but sometimes you can get different things. You can get the code, you can get like some kind of a HTML code, some kind of a CSS code, some kind of a React code. Okay, so it depends from task to task, but the major task is we are giving input as a text and getting output as a text also. Now, GPT-3 contains 175 billion parameters. So this is a very large language model. If you can take a look onto the previous models, which we are having, like we are having BERT, we are having BERT small, BERT large, then we are having LBERT, we are having ELMO, we are having GPT, you can say GPT-1, GPT-2. But GPT-3 is one of the largest model. Why it is having 175 billion parameter? Because it is being trained onto the various amount of the data. It is trained on a large amount of a data, not only you can say 1000 to 2000 tokens. It is trained on a million of tokens, different words, different corpus. It is trained on book corpus. It is trained on multilingual data set. Okay, So GPT-3 is not restricted to a particular domain. You can say this model is a open domain model in which you can find each and every label. Okay. And one more thing, GPT-3 is trained on, you can say unsupervised. It is trained on unsupervised learning. So in this, we have just feeded a huge amount of a word, a bag of words we have feeded, and it is not given any kind of a label. GPT-3 is not provided with any kind of a label. Okay. Now, these all words, GPT-3 is being trained, and at the end, it is capable of giving you some kind of a result. It is capable of, let's say, I've said like generate a story in which these are the plots. Okay. So it is capable of generating these all things without taking a look onto the what are the labels. Okay. So in this, you can say like it is trained on few short learning in which we have provided few labels, and at the end, it is capable of generating the different stories. It is capable of generating the different prompts. Okay, so you can take a look like GPT-3 contains 175 billion parameters, making it 17 times as large as GPT-2 and about 10 times as Microsoft Turing natural language generation model. So this is how so much big is GPT-3 is. Okay, and at the end, these all has started with the release of the transformer architecture. Okay, so Google has released a mechanism known as attention is all you need. They have released the attention mechanism. After that one, it has generated the transformer model, encoder decoder based model. Then it leads to the generation of BERT model, and after that, by seeing the BERT, a GPT-3 is being generated. Okay, so BERT is an encoder based model, and GPT-3 is a proper decoder based model. Okay, let me show you a few things, a kind of a illustrated diagram. Okay, so this is a one of the best blog which I have found onto the internet. It is by J Almar. Okay, so many of you have also taken a look onto its bird blog. So it is a pretty much famous blog. So you can see like we are giving a input as a prompt. Okay, so I have told you like recite the first law of robotics. So it is going to give me a law. Okay, it is going to produce this text without making this model training on these all kind of a prompts. Okay, so this is how much large is GPT-3. It has seen every possible combination of words. It has seen every possible combination of text. Okay, uh, so this is how it is generating these stories. Now you can see we are having a unsupervised pre-training. Okay, so in this we are giving him a lot of text without any kind of a label. Okay, which is known as zero shot learning. So in zero shot learning, what we are doing, we are not providing any kind of a label to the model, and we are just giving them the text, giving him the text. Okay, and the model will be trained onto that text, and at the end, it is capable of segmenting the text onto the different domains. Okay, now here you can see like let me show you one more thing. Okay, so you can see we have passed these all text, and then after that one, the text will be generated. So once one text will go inside the GPT-3, and the next text will be produced. Next token will be generated. Okay, so this is known as auto-regressive in nature. We are just giving the one text. You can say we are just giving the one token. After giving the one token, the next one will be predicted. Okay, so just it is known as auto-regression. Okay, now here you can see we have passed these all things, and at the end this OK will be generated, and this OK will be again sent it to the model, and then the next one will be generated. This is what I want to tell you about what is auto-regression in nature. Okay, now this is a pretty much you can say very famous example in which we are giving a kind of a some kind of a like a code sample in which a code will be generated, a kind of a text inside which the code is generated. You can say a React.js code will be generated, and this person has also attached a kind of a clip you can see here. Okay, so this is a Twitter clip in which like you are giving a kind of a description. You are describing the app, how your app should look like, and GPT-3 is generating the syntax of your app. It is generating the code for your app. Okay, here you can see at the bottom. Let me expand this. Okay, so here what you are doing, you are just describing your app, and at the end you are going to get a whole code. Okay, so this is how GPT-3 is capable of. Now we are having its, you can say, one of the best model also. We are having Codex, which is also the series, which is also the, you can say, in the series of the GPT-3. So Codex model, the Codex model is being utilized in the Copilot. So if you have taken a look onto the GitHub Copilot, most of the people are using GitHub Copilot. So the Codex model is being used. The Codex model is capable of producing the code. Okay. Now it has seen a lot of open source code which is available onto the GitHub, that you are writing something, it is generating that code, the whole block of that code. So this is how we are having different models which are available in OpenAI. We are having GPT-3, we are having, like you can say, we are having Codex Model, we are having Clip. Clip is the another model in which, like, you are connecting text and images. You are just passing the text, you are getting the image generated. Okay. So OpenAI has a lot of diverse models which are available in each and every domain. You are just passing the text, you are getting the image. Okay. Now we are having GPT-3, which can do any kind of prompt generation. We are having Codex Model, which is being utilized by the GitHub Copilot, and GitHub Copilot is capable of generating the code, a whole code. Okay, with some kind of a suggestions also. So if you don't like this code, just skip to the another one. Okay. So this is how GPT-3 is used in building different kind of NLP use cases. Now this is a simple comparison between the different models which are the state of the art model. But once the GPT-3 is being released, these all are removed from that stage. Okay. So you can see we are having BERT, it is released in 2018. Then we are having Roberta which is released by the Facebook. Then we are having Distilbert, then we are having Albert. So if you take a look onto the parameter wise comparison, these all are very much small in front of the GPT-3. So GPT-3 is having 96 decoders. Okay, it is having a stack of 96 decoders, and it is being having a 175 billion parameters. Okay, it is having 175 billion parameters. Okay, trainable parameters. So these all models are you can say are some of at some time these are the state of the art model, but currently GPT-3 has captured that position. So you can take a look onto what is the training time of the BERT, on which data it is being trained. Like BERT is trained on book corpus, English Wikipedia, 16 GB of the data. GPT-3 has trained onto the same data, but due to the having a architecture difference, some kind of like parameter difference, it is being more faster than BERT or any other model. Okay, let me move on to the next slide. Okay, now what are language models? Some of you might be confused, like what are language model, what are different types of language model, what is actually the language model is. So let's say I want to predict the next word. I want to predict the next word. I want to perform the task of mask language modeling. What is mask language modeling? In this task, we are fill in the blanks. Okay, let's say as a child in Gotham City, Bruce Wayne falls down a driveway and is attacked by a swarm of bats, developing a dash. So now this fill in the blanks will be filled by the GPT-3. So GPT-3 will take this sentence and try to generate the next prompt, try to generate the next word. Okay. So if we pass this word onto the GPT-3 model, it will try to predict this word. So these are some of the tasks which are performed by the language models. Okay. Then you can say creative question answering. Now let's say I'm giving the GPT-3 a prompt. How do we become more creative? Okay, so this is a prompt, this is a psychological prompt. Okay, now but GPT-3 is capable of generating the some kind of an answer for it. Okay, you can see it has generated this kind of a answer, this kind of a response. So GPT-3 accept two things. The first thing, it will take prompt, which is a kind of a question, or you can say which is a kind of a help. Okay, so it will see, okay, so we are currently performing a task of fill in the blanks, we are currently performing a task of true false. So you have given some kind of a custom prompt. Now taking a look onto the custom prompt, it is try to generate a kind of a true false, or let's say MCQ from the given prompt. Let's say this is the prompt I have given. At the top I have given the model some kind of examples. So you need to perform this kind of a task. So to perform this kind of a task, the model will see, okay, so this is a task of true false. Now I'm having this kind of a question, so I want to check whether this question is true or whether this question is false, or whether this fact is true or whether this fact is false. I will show you. So this is what we are going to build in this session. Okay, let me move on to the next slide. Okay, now what is prompt engineering? So the prompt is the task onto which the GPT-3 is trained. GPT-3 is trained on next word prediction, or you can say a prompt engineering. So it is very much capable of generating the prompts. Okay, so prompt engineering is a way of predicting the next word by passing a simple prompt as an input and getting the prediction as a response. So the same thing what we have taken a look onto the previous slide, we are passing one prompt. which is a kind of a question or which is a kind of a fact, and then we are getting a kind of a response from it. So this is known as the basic prompt engineering. Now prompt engineering is having few of the parameters. It is having model. So the model is the large language model being used, GPT-3 in this case. Okay. So let's say I want to generate some kind of a prompt. So the first thing which I'm going to select is the type of the model. So we are having different types of models which are available in the market. But as a GPT-3, we are taking a look. So we are going to select the GPT-3 as a model. Then we are going to pass a prompt, the text given to the language model to be completed. Now I'm going to pass a prompt. So prompt can be anything. It can be a fill in the blanks, it can be a fact, it can be a kind of, you can say, question answering. So I passed the prompt as a question. Okay, I passed a prompt as a fill in the blank sentence. So this is known as prompt. Now we are having two type of learning. Okay, so we are having zero shot learning, we are having few shot learning. In zero shot learning, we are, you can say, we are not passing any kind of example. We are sending a prompt to the model. Now the task of the model is to fill that prompt, if it is a fill in the blank task, to check whether the fact is being true or false, if it is true false task. So this is known as zero shot. In zero shot, we are not passing any kind of example. Okay, we are not showing any kind of example to the model. In few shot, what we are doing, we are giving some kind of a 1 to 2 example. Okay, so you are going to generate true false like this, you are going to fill in the blanks, you are going to perform the task of fill in the blanks like this. Okay, so in few shot, we are passing some of the example, we are giving one shot or you can say n shot examples. Now, this is known as zero shot and few shot learning, or you can say, in NLP, we perform the task of shot classification and few shot classification. So there are different tasks which you can perform using the GPT-3. You can perform name entity recognition, you can perform grammar correction, you can perform sentence similarity, you can perform question answering, you can perform uh, grammar, you can check the grammar whether the sentence is in the past tense or not. You can even generate the SQL statements, you can generate the SQL, structured query language. Okay, you can, from the text, you have given the text and you can generate the SQL queries. Okay, so these all tasks are pretty much easy for the GPT-3 to be done. Okay, we just need to have some kind of a configuration, we just need to select some kind of a configuration. Now let's take a look onto what all things are available inside the GPT-3 playground. Okay, so we are going to take a look onto what is GPT-3 playground. Okay, GPT-3, we are going to take a look onto GPT-3 playground overview. Then we are going to take a look onto different available engines and their pricing. So GPT-3 is not a free, you can say, free engine or a free model. It is a paid one, but currently it is being opened by the OpenAI. Okay, so it is available, but it is in the, you can say, it requires some kind of a pricing. But you are going to get some kind of a 2-month free trial, so you can easily utilize it. Then what are tokens? Different type of tokens we are having inside the GPT-3. Then token introduction and token demo. So let's move on to the GPT-3 playground. Okay, let's move on to the GPT-3 playground. Okay, so what you can do, you just need to go to the beta.openai.com. Okay, you just need to go to the beta.openai.com. Here you are going to find a few options which are available. Let me show you that one. Okay, so here you are going to find overview, you are going to find the documentation, you are going to find examples and playground. So at the bottom, you are going to find some kind of like build an application. So they are having some kind of a templates which are already available. So you are having completion template, you are having fine tuning, you are having question answering, you are having semantic search. You can compare the two sentences whether they are similar or not. You can perform document similarity. Okay, so you can perform these all tasks pretty much easier. Okay, then you are having a basic text classification, or like you can analyze the text, you can analyze the sentiments. So these all are the applications which are already built by the OpenAI, and they have put in the OpenAI hub for the community. Okay, now here you are going to find a documentation. Let's first take a look onto what are different engines which are available. Okay, now this is a kind of a proper documentation in which you are going to find different things. We are having like key concepts in which, like, how you are going to write a better prompt. Okay, so at the end of a day, GPT-3 is all about writing a, you can say, writing how you are going to write a best prompt, how you are going to write a very good prompt that GPT-3 can understand. Okay, so you can take a look onto the prompts and completions. So they have given you a very good documentation on how you can design your prompt according to your use case. Let's say I am having a use case of fill in the blanks. So how you can design a proper prompt. Okay, so you can take a look from here. Now, in the tokens, so we all know what is tokenization. If you have taken a look onto the uh, BERT, if you have used BERT previously, so in the BERT you are having different tokenizers. Okay, so if you have used BERT model from Hugging Face, so you are having different tokenizer. Like we are having a fast tokenizer, we are having a pre-trained tokenizer, we are having BERT tokenizer, we are having, like, if you are taking different models. Let's say you have taken like uh, Pegasus. So we are having a token for Pegasus also. We are having token for Albert also. So different models have their own tokenizer. But at the end you can also work by taking a look onto the auto tokenizer. So auto tokenizer is already available onto the Hugging Face. So you just need to pass your text. It will select a proper tokenizer for it and tokenize your sentence. So what is tokenizer? Let's say I'm having my name like hello, I'm Ritesh. So what once I feed this sentence to a tokenizer, it is going to distribute this sentence by removing some kind of a stop words. It is going to distribute this sentence into different form of tokens. It is going to spread this sentence in the form of different tokens, and each token is having a proper value. Okay, each token is having some kind of a value, some kind of a numerical value attached to it. So these all are some of the basic concepts which we see in the whenever we are discussing about like word to vec, gensim, globe, whenever we are taking a look onto tf-idf. Okay, some of the basic concepts of the NLP. So at that place you have already seen what is tokenization. Okay, what is tokenizer. Now in a similar way, here you can see a kind of example. So for example, the word hamburger get broken up into the different tokens, ham, bur, and gur, with while a short and common word like peer is a single token. So it's depend from tokenizer to tokenizer. Some token break a single word into different parts. Some tokenizer considered a single word as a piece of whole. Okay, so it depends from different tokenizers. So in GPT-3 we are having a tokenizer in which your word will be broken. If you are having a big word, it is going to be broken into different part, in which we are having a meaning to each and every word. Now, so here you can take a look onto the tokenizer tool. So this is the tokenizer tool in which you can write your word and you can get the number of tokens. Okay, one more thing, GPT-3, the OpenAI platform, is charging you for the tokens. Okay, so let's say you are having your a whole story, so they are going to charge you according to your what is the length of the token you are generating. Okay, so here you can take a look on, let me write something. Okay, here let me copy some of the content from here. You can see. Okay, so here you can see we are having a text. Each text is being distributed into different tokens, and you can take a look onto the token ID. Okay, so this is what is known as tokenization. So in tokenization, what they have done, they have splitted the word into different tokens. Okay, they have splitted the word into different tokens, and in each token is having their respective token ID. Okay, you can see here. Now this token ID is being generated through various ways. There are two types of word embeddings: contextualized, in which we are going to take we are seeing context, in which the context, by taking a look onto the context, the word embedding will be generated. And we are having non-contextualized word embedding. Okay, so in non-contextualized, what will happen, like, it is going to generate the tokens by taking a look onto the vocabulary. It is having a kind of a dictionary in which the token will be each token is having a separate token ID. So what GPT-3 uses, GPT-3 will take a look onto the context, what is the previous context, and according to it, it generates a proper token. Okay, so here you can see if it has taken a look onto these things, like my assumption is that, so the DA will have a particular token ID. Okay, by taking a by and this token ID will be generated by taking a look onto the previous context. So this is how GPT-3 works, and the same thing applies with the BERT also. So whenever you are taking a look onto the BERT tokenizer, same thing goes on. Okay, so this is how tokenization works. So here you are having a kind of a statement here. Uh, a helpful rule of thumb is that one token generally correspond to 4 characters. Okay, if you are having a 4 character, that will be considered as a one token in GPT-3. Okay, 4 character of the text for common English text. This translates to roughly 3 by 4th of the word. So 100 token is roughly equals to the 75 words. So this is a pretty much important statement, because in GPT-3, whenever you are taking a look onto the pricing. So let me show you some of the pricing here. Okay. So whenever you are taking a look onto the prices, so here we are having 4 models which are available. Okay. So they have given you the 4 models. The first one we are having Ada, so which is the fastest one. The second one we are having Babbage. The third one we are having QnA, and the fourth one we are having is the Da Vinci. So in which you can say these are the models which are pretty much same, but with respect to the, you can say, powerful and fastest, they have just differentiated that one. Okay. So Ada is one of the fastest one, then you can say Da Vinci is most powerful one. Okay, and this model is pretty much used in everywhere. So here you can see it is having this amount per 1000 tokens. So they are taking the amount from the people on the basis of the tokens. So let's say you are having 1000 tokens, then you need to pay this amount. Okay. Now it depends from like model to model which you are selecting. So these prices ranges from model to model, uh, how much amount of token you are utilizing and what amount of pricing you are going to give. Okay. Now let's take a look onto the model. So we are having different models which are available. You can see here we are having GPT-3. Okay, a set of the model that can understand and generate the natural language. So it is a language model. It can generate the language easily. Okay. Then we are having Codex. So this is the model which is currently being used in the GitHub Copilot. So if you take a look onto the GitHub Copilot, Codex model is being used. A set of model that can understand and generate the code. Okay. So it can convert the natural language into the form of the code. Let's say I have written like I need a kind of a button in which this is the amount of the padding, this is the color, this is the animation I want a hover effect. So this is going to generate that button, this is going to generate the code for that button. Okay. So it is currently onto the private beta, that's why we can't able to see this. Then we are having a content filter. So this is the model which is majorly used for searching for toxicity. Let's say you are building a kind of a recommendation engine, you are building a kind of like application in which you want to remove some kind of a toxic word. So you can majorly use for content filter a fine-tuned model that can detect whether the text may be sensitive or unsafe. So these all are the models which are available. So in GPT-3, if you go, we are having currently 4 models: Da Vinci, Curie, Babbage, and Ada. Depending upon the use case we generally take. So generally one of the best model is Da Vinci one, which I generally prefer, and you can take a look onto any one of these. Okay. Now this is all about the model. Okay, this is all about the model. So if you take a look onto the Da Vinci, so here it is written good at complex intent. Let's say you want to perform intent classification task. Okay, you can utilize this. You need to perform a task in which you are having a task of cause and effect. You need to perform a task of summarization. Okay, text summarization, text generation. You can take a look onto the Da Vinci model. Okay. In a similar way, each and every model has is meant for some kind of a specific task. Like we are having Curie, majorly used for language translation, text sentiment summarization, and complex classification. Babbage, semantic search. Let's say I want to perform some kind of a document similarity. I want to perform a task of text similarity. So I can take a look onto the Babbage model. And at the end, Ada. So this model is majorly used for like you want to like parsing the text, simple classification, address correction, keyword. You can say like this model is one of the base model which is available inside the OpenAI. Now depending upon the use case, you can take a look onto the different models which are available. Okay, you can, let's say you want to generate a kind of a plot, you want to perform a task of sentence completion, you want to perform a task of random data generation, so you can do that. Okay, now this is the model which is currently onto the beta stage, which is onto the private beta. So this is the model which is capable of generating the code in JavaScript, Golang, Perl, Ruby, Swift, TypeScript, SQL, and even Shell. Okay, so this is the model which is currently utilizing GitHub Copilot. Now content filter, similar way you can utilize this one. Okay, now let's move on to the some part of example. So here you are going to find a lot of different examples which are currently available. you are having a open-ended conversation. Okay, you are having a grammar correction, you are having a SQL translation, you are having movie to emoji, you are having a lot of different tasks. You are having like factual answering, you are having like a lot of different tasks which are available inside the GPT-3. So these all tasks are built by the people who are working in GPT-3 and given to the community, so that you can make use of these all, like recipe creator. So these all are some of the tasks which are present openly in this as an example. Let's move on to the playground and take a look onto the each and every part of the playground. So this is the important thing which we are having here. Okay, this is the important thing which we are having here. So let me tell you what all parameters are available here. Okay, so just give me a second. Okay, so you can say the first one is the engine. This is the part in which you are going to find a lot of different engines are available. So we are having four engines: Da Vinci. Okay, we are having Da Vinci, we are having Curie, we are having Babbage, we are having Ada. Okay, so these are four, you can say, are the engines which are available. Now, what is temperature? So temperature and top P. So these two are the important thing which we are having inside the GPT-3. So let me tell you what is temperature. Okay, what is temperature? So temperature is used for, you can say, for randomness and creativity. Okay, let's say I want a more creative answer. I want a more creative answer, more, you can say, I want some kind of a randomness in the sentence. I want more creative answer. So if you are having a temperature as low, if you are having a low temperature, then your model is going to produce some kind of, you can say, a repetitive word. It is going to produce a repetitive word. Okay, the same answer it is going to produce. Now, if you are going to increase the temperature, your model is tending towards the creativity. It is going to produce more creative answer. It is going to produce you a more creative answer, more awesome answer at the end. Okay, similar goes with the top P also. So top P and temperature are used to, you can say, used to control the randomness in the answers, randomness and creativity. Okay, one more thing, if you are having like always try to keep one parameter as one and the other parameter as some kind of like some in the range of 0.6 to 0.7. Now you can play with that parameter. So one parameter should be fixed, it should be kept constant to 1, and the other parameter should be given with the temperature of, like, you can give it as 0.7 or any. You can play with it. Now response length, let me erase these all. Okay, now we are having response length. So this is like the it is the token limit. So what is the size of your answer? Okay, it should be 32, it should be 64, or it should be like 128. So what is the size of your answer? Okay, so you have told the model to generate a kind of a story. So if you have given the response length as 64, so it is going to generate a story which is having a token as 64 tokens. Okay, then we are having stop sequence. In the stop sequence, this is a kind of, you can say, stop sequence is used to stop the answer. Let's say I have given a prompt, and here I have given the question. Now here the model has generated the answer. Now again, if it sees the question, it is going to stop it. It is going to stop predicting the answer. Okay, this is a kind of a stop sequence. Then I am having, like, you can say, top P. I have told you frequency penalty. So this frequency penalty, again, it is used for same thing. It is used so that we should not get random answers. We should not get random answer. We should get the answer respective to particular topic. Let's say I'm talking about cars, or I'm talking about space. So it is going to give me the answer respective to that topic. It is not going to give me the you can say different answers. Okay, so frequency penalty is also used to check the frequency of a particular world. It is used to check the frequency of a particular world, and presence penalty is used to check the frequency of the particular topic. Okay, so presence penalty is used. Let's say I'm talking about the car. So another topic should not get into that one. So it is going to check that. It is going to check whether the same topic is being repeated or not. If it is repeated, then it is going to stop that one. So presence penalty is used to check about the topic, and frequency penalty is used to check about the word. Okay, now let me erase these all. Uh, Now here you can see like best of, you can say it is going to generate multiple, let me hover above this, generate multiple conversations server side and displays only the best one. So a lot of different answers you are going to get, similar to the GitHub Copilot. If you are utilizing, you are going to get multiple answers. So you are going to select the best one. So that task is done by the GPT-3 automatically. Okay. Inject start text. So what is the starting text? Okay, so question is my starting text, and you can say again when GPT-3 start generating the same, again when GPT-3 start generating the answer. So restart text is again when I'm asking the question. Okay, so these are some of the you can say some of the parameters, some of the, you can say, parameters which are available inside the GPT-3 playground. Now let's see some of the basic example. Okay, now here I am having, here you can see different options are available. Okay, now if you can take a look onto the Q&A, so here you can see it is, we have given a kind of prompt at the above. I am a highly intelligent person, a highly intelligent question answering bot. If you ask me a question that is rooted in truth, I will give you the answer. Okay, so we have given a kind of a prompt here, so it is going to understand. Okay, so you are going to ask me a question, I'm going to give you the answer. So here we have asked the question, it is going to give me the answer. Okay, so let me type anything here, like, okay, so let me type uh, who is Elon Musk. Okay, who is Elon Musk? I've typed the basic question, who is Elon Musk. Now it is going to generate the answer. Let's wait for a minute. Let me give it a prompt here. Okay, you can see here it is going to, it is giving me the unknown. Okay, it is giving me the unknown tag. So it depends from the text to text what text we are what question we are asking it to it. Okay, so let me ask it again something. Okay, so it is saying the model predicted a completion that begins with the stop sequence resulting with the no output. Let me show you the another prompt. Let me show you the fill in the blanks one, MCQ generation. Okay, now here we are having one of the question. Okay, so what it is going to do, it is going to generate the multiple choice question from the given text. Okay, let's generate a multiple choice question. So I have passed the text, a kind of a text here. Okay, so I passed the text here, so it is going to generate the question. Okay, so you can see it has generated the MCQ. So we have passed the question, it has generated us the MCQ. So this is one of the tasks of MCQ generation. Let me show you about the zero shot paraphraser. Okay, let me show you about the zero shot paraphraser. So here I passed the sentence. Once a group of a frog was roaming around the forest in the search of water. So what is paraphrasing? We are passing a kind of a paragraph. It is going to phrase it onto the different language. Okay, and the meaning of that paragraph will be same. So I passed this kind of a sentence, passed a kind of a created prompt. In this, I said, I've told it I am a paraphrasing expert. I will rewrite any given sentence with a diverse choice of words, preserving the meaning. So I passed this. Let me show you. Okay, here we are going to generate the that paraphrase this sentence. You can see. Once a group of amphibian was meandering around the forest in the search of water. So what it has done, it has taken this sentence and paraphrase it. It has phrased it in the another word. Once a group of amphibian was meandering around the forest in the search of water. So this is one of the basic tasks of paraphrasing we are having. Okay. In a similar way, we are having n number of tasks which you can build. Okay, we are having a n number of tasks which you can build. Now let me take you onto a one of the notebook in which we are having different tasks which are available. Okay, let it be connected. Let me show you in a quick way. Okay, okay, so what we need to do, you need to install a OpenAI package first. So just install the OpenAI package. Okay, then here I have passed a OpenAI API key. So this API key will be rotated after this talk. So it is of no use. So you can copy this key from your account. So you just need to create an account in this OpenAI playground. And from there, you can find the OpenAI. You can say this OpenAI API key. Now just execute this, and now here we are having first task. We are having fill in the blanks. Okay, here we are having fill in the blanks. So here I'm going to pass prompt template. So this is the paragraph, this is the question. Okay, so this is the paragraph we are having. Jesus, according to the biblical sources, was born in this town million ago in Bethlehem. Okay, so I passed the paragraph, and then I've already given him the question. Now my model is going to understand, GPT-3 is going to understand, okay, so I want to answer in this way. So in a similar way, I passed a kind of a paragraph here. I passed the paragraph here, and this is the sample, you can say sample code which I have given. Completion openai.completion.create, and I selected the engine as Da Vinci, and the prompt and the max token is 32, and the temperature is 0.7. Now, when I execute this, it is going to generate a kind of the answer here. Okay, I've asked this question, I've given this given this paragraph here. It has generated the question. So we are performing the task of, you can say, here it has generated the fill in the blanks question. Here it has generated the kind of a question here. Okay. When did the Elon Musk start working at Tesla? Answer is 2004. So these all kind of the tasks which you can perform using the GPT-3. In a similar way, here we are having a zero shot paraphrasing, which I've already shown you. So if you can go here, and select the zero shot paraphraser, you are going to get a kind of a code. You can take a look onto the code from here. Import OS, import OpenAI, and then you are going to get a whole sort of a code here. Okay, you can copy this and then you can paste it and run it. Okay, so these all are few of the tasks which you can run. I will share this notebook and you can take a look onto these all tasks. Here we are having few short paraphrasing, few short learning. Then we are having multiple choice question generation. When was the Elon Musk born? So here we are having different questions, different options which are available. Then at the end we are having a true false questions. You can take a look onto these all tasks which are available. Okay, so I hope most of the things are being clear regarding the GPT-3. Now let's say you want to productionize these all kind of application. So what you can do after building these all kind of stuff, you can take a look onto the some kind of GUI UI creation tool. Like we are having Streamlit, we are having Gradio. You can create a kind of a UI and you can deploy it to the anywhere onto the cloud platform like AWS or any kind of a cloud platform. Okay, at the end, but it is not a free service. You need to pay with respect to the tokens, how much token you are utilizing. So this is it from my side. So now if you have any kind of a question, you can ask. Okay.
Thank you, Ritesh, for covering very, I would say, very vast topic. This is a topic which really requires a lot and lot of efforts to explain, right? Like this is a very vast topic kind of thing. So like I feel this talk by you would be useful for the community members. Before moving to any specific question and kind of things, so like we usually see like GPT-3 really got a lot of attention in recent times, specifically when we were in pandemic and kind of things. The GPT-3 models really got a very good attention around like chatbots and kind of thing, like very good applications. So like if anyone wanted to start GPT-3, kind of like exploring GPT-3, you really gave good starting materials, like where they can go, like the playground and kind of things. So how was your journey when, because when we start with GPT-3, it's always preferred that you have a good knowledge of certain things, like otherwise you might miss the basics and open like even if you go to GPT-3 and kind of things, the your basics, if the basics are not clear, maybe the things would not make much sense to you. So how did you start and what was your journey before starting this GPT-3, and then we can pick up the questions from the audience.
Yes, definitely. So you can't directly move towards the GPT-3 because like it is having a lot of, you need to learn a lot of things before understanding its architecture. So what I suggest is like you need to clear your basics, like basics of NLP, like what are world embeddings, what is tokenization. Then you can move towards RNN. Then from RNN you can move towards like what are LSTMs, what are bi LSTMs, GRU, and then you can from encoder decoder models, then you can move towards the basic of transformers. What are transformer, how transformer work. Okay, how what are queries, key value, how these are generating, what are like some kind of like uh, how what are positional embeddings, how these are generating. So when you are cleared with the transformer architecture, you can explore like any model, no matter whether it is a GPT-3. You can explore any encoder decoder based model. Like you can take a look onto the BERT, you can take a look onto the GPT-3 series, you can take a look onto like you can't practice GPT-3 because it is not free, but there are different models which are available. Like we are having GPT-J, GPT-Neo, so you can take a look onto these all models. Okay, so this is how you can learn about GPT-3. You if you're diving deep into the GPT-3 directly, you are not going to understand a lot of things, because at the end it is always there is some kind of architectures which are generated from transformer models.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like that was the point we I wanted to cover, because what happens usually that when people see that okay GPT-3, we have this open AI ka playground and kind of things, people usually jump around these things and try to get a lot of uh, thinking that they will do very good or they will have a project around this kind of thing. But that maybe you get a project, but your basics are not clear, so it won't be of much help. So thanks for covering it up. And then Viral asks, can we create a custom chatbot using GPT-3?
Yes, see, you can customize GPT-3 for any use case. Like not regarding the chatbot, you can customize for any kind of a use case. You just need to be good in giving the prompts. You just need to give it like you should be good in like giving the prompt. Like I have shown you, like whenever we are doing any kind of task, like zero shot learning. So in that I'm giving like I am a diversity, I'm a very good prompt generator. Okay, so in a similar way you can give a kind of a task, like you can give create some kind of a chatbot, and you are also having some kind of example available onto the playground, so you can explore that one. In the drop down menu, when you go, you will be having a kind of a custom chatbot, so you can take a look onto that one. From that you can get the inspiration how you can create a chatbot using GPT-3.
Got it. Got it. So Vishwas asked, can we use this library to create applications in free? So like what I am assuming from this question, it's like, can we use this setup or this technology to create applications which are freely available or kind of things?
No, no. See. GPT-3 is not free. Like it, you are going to charge. You are going to charge for something. Like depending upon the token limit. So GPT-3 is not free, but you are having some kind of like alternatives which are available. Like you are having GPT Neo, so you can take a look onto that one. But GPT-3 is not free. For the first 2 months, you are going to get a free trial of $18, so you can use that one. But for productionizing a kind of an NLP application, GPT-3 requires some kind of a pricing. You need to pay some kind of a
Yes.
pricing for it.
Exactly. We also need to set our bills, right? Like we need to pay
Yes,
our
yes,
bills kind of things. So like the effort that has been gone into making GPT-3, like which is now easily available, we
yes,
find that it's very easily available now, but a lot of efforts from the team of scientists like who have been working, definitely this needs to be taken into consideration. But yes,
yes.
thanks for the alternatives that you mentioned, like Vishwas also had, like if not, do you know any? So thanks for giving alternative suggestions. So, and like a very interesting question, like, is it possible to train GPT-3 from scratch?
Yeah, you can do that, but like it require lot of computation power.
you
Not
you
like
need to be the
RTX,
Google.
not like RTX. RTX is also small for that one. You need to have some kind of like very huge amount of computation power. Ultimately, you are
Hmm,
training from unfreezing the whole layers and then training it from the scratch. You are going to require a lot of computation power.
got it. So, like, Preet asks, let's say I want to generate, like, I want generator subject line. Like, what he's mentioning is like email subject line generator. So I think it's possible, but starting from scratch would be like why reinvent the wheel when you can utilize that time to build something on top of that, right? Like maybe you could utilize what things have been done by GPT-3 and build something great on top of that. Why reinventing the wheel when it's already there, kind of things.
Yes, yes, yes.
So
Yeah.
like how should I approach? I hope that answers. uh, it is used for commercial purpose. Like I'm not sure whether he's asking for email subject line generator. I'm not very sure. Like
Yeah, if
if
you're asking for GPT-3, it is not like you need to buy for organization, for you need to buy that one, because at the end
yes,
it is a use case of tokens.
yes. So Neeraj asks how we can check GPT-3 is giving correct output. How can we measure accuracy?
Yeah, see, there are different scores which are available, like MNLI score, like COLA score, which are available. Like for the BERT, we are having Belu score. So you can utilize. See, there is nothing like accuracy in NLP. You are having different scores regarding to different data sets which are available. Like if you are going to take a look onto the multilingual data set, so you are having MNLI score. So you can take a look onto that one. So if you go and read about GPT-3 its research paper, you are going to find they are utilizing some kind of like metric for judging their model performance. So you can go
Yes,
through their research paper. Like for BERT,
that
it
was
is daily
insightful.
score. Yes, yes, yeah.
So like mentioning that like you have certain scores and kind of you need to check the things on top of that. So definitely accuracy, we would not say that you would definitely get accuracy kind of things like 91%, 92%. That's not the case, but definitely you have the scores and kind of which may be useful as per your use case that you have.
Yes, yes,
So
yeah.
thanks for that. And Vishwas asks, I wanted to do the customer review classification to understand the negative and positive reviews. Can you help me with this? So it's
This is
more
a
into
very
intent
basic.
classification. Yeah, like I don't think that we need to go into GPT-3 kind of things. You'd have this like basic around intent classification. Over to you, Ritesh. Like, what would be
Yeah,
your suggestions?
yeah, like GPT-3 is, you can use a basic RNN also for doing these all kind of stuff. Or if you are having like, it is basic like similar task to the text classification, like sentiment analysis, more towards like judging the sentiments of the people. So GPT-3 is like it is a task for seconds for GPT-3, but why you can use that one if you are
Yes.
having
So
some
it's
kind of a
like
very, yes, yes, free models
it's
which are
like
available.
when we go into industry, it's always like we optimize for whatever resources we have, right? Be it compute, be it algorithms. So it's not that like using GPT-3 for this use case might be overkill, but definitely like you need to optimize your approach. Like when you go to certain interviews, kind of thing. Even if you're doing this kind of project, which is customer reviews classification. So if you tell that I have used GPT-3 for this, maybe they will ask you the first question: why this? Why not something else? Right? Like because when you
Yes.
go into industry they would ask for optimization of whatever resource, be it compute, be it algorithms, they would definitely ask for it. So thanks, Ritesh, for answering the questions. Like coming to like how was your journey, like NLP, like if someone wants to start NLP from scratch, or if you are to rewind like let's say to the time when you just started like when you just started this machine learning kind of things, then you thought like okay, NLP is something which I need to look forward to, or it's something which is interesting. So how was
Mhm.
your journey from there, and which type, it would be great if you could share some resources which you like, even if you could mention certain resources which you used while starting the journey.
Yeah, definitely. So these all things like are started with the like in the end of 2019, like when I've joined like Kaggle days as a part of member, as a part of team member. So like I've got some kind of a rich environment to get started with data science. So I've like previously I was working in the field of like Android. I was working in the field of like Ion knows, like I was working in the field of Android development. So then like I suddenly like thought like why not like let's take a look onto the data science. Like I'm hearing a word like Kaggle a lot of time. So I've just taken a look onto the platform and created the account, and that account is like you can say is dull for like 2 to 3 months. Like I've not done any kind of stuff. Then like I've started taking a look onto the deep learning.ai courses, like of like NLP, some kind of like basic insights over like how what is deep learning, what is like machine learning. The after taking a look onto these all things, I've came to know about like Krish Naik, and then about like some the firm onto which I'm working currently with Inueron. So like I've gone and taken a look onto their curriculum. Like I've seen like they are mentioning a lot of stuffs like which are not available currently onto the market. Like NLP, we are having NLP use case. A lot of NLP different models are available. So I've taken that course, and from that like no seeing back, like I've explored a lot of thing into the NLP. Like what I've done, like I started with taking a look onto the some kind of a basic part, like what are world embeddings, what are tokenization, what is like you can say uh, what are some basic like libraries like Spacey, Stanford NLP, and then like some kind of a basic techniques to generate the world embeddings like word to vec, doc to vec. Then as moving further, like taking a look onto the RNN, then LSTMs, different type of LSTM, GRU, then at the end transformers, like one of the state of the art models. Attention is all you need. And then moving towards BERT, Hugging Face, and taking part into the Kaggle competitions, like exploring top solutions. Like the one of the best thing what I seen, like if you take part in Kaggle competition, any competition, no matter whether it is in the field of NLP, no matter whether in the field of computer vision, machine learning, you will be getting to know a lot of new things which are going on to the market. You are going to take a look onto the top solutions, like how they have approached to this problem. Uh, I also don't know, like we can even stack different kind of object detection models. Okay, we can stack like YOLO v5, and we can stack like YOLO x, different models together. So these all kind of approaches you'll be getting to know from the Kaggle only. You can't find these all approaches onto the internet except Kaggle. So in Kaggle, if you go and take a look onto the top solutions which are available, they will definitely help you to get in touch with the industry. What all things are going on? What are state of the art of the things are available? Okay, so you can take a look onto the solutions of various like grandmasters which are available. One of the best one, like what I prefer is Abhishek Thakur. Like he's one of the best one in the field of NLP. What I've seen. Uh, you can refer to its YouTube channel. It is he's having a very good playlist onto the PyTorch and different uh, Bert Bert on steroids. So you can take a look onto that one. And for NLP, like I mostly prefer you can go with the Abhishek Thakur YouTube channel. He's having like most of the stuffs which are available inside that one. Like a rich resource are available inside that one, and then you can read different solutions, different like code bases. Uh, you can move from Collab notebook to scripts, writing Py scripts onto the PyCharm. That will be like more good. That's it. Majorly like BERT and these all models are available. You just need to pick that from the hub and just utilize that one. It don't require like some kind of is training from scratch, because we can't do that one. It required a huge computation power. Fine tuning it is a good way to use that one. So this is how you can move. Like first of all, if you're a beginner, you can take a look onto the Andrew NG Krishnaik YouTube channel, mostly preferred, and then you can move towards some of the places like Abhishek Thakur tutorials and some kind of approaches of him, how to proceed with NLP use cases. And then at the end, like Kaggle is the way to explore endless opportunities on in the field of like NLP or any opportunity like in computer vision or in machine learning. That's it.
Yeah, that was a very, I would say, very summarized answer to the question. So thanks for that, for summarizing your journey and summarizing a few good resources. Like totally agree with you. So I hope this session was useful to the community members. Thank you, Ritesh, for giving your time, and all the best for your career. I hope you learn more. And yes, thanks for giving your time to the community.
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining today's session. I hope you like what all things we have discussed. You can connect with me onto the different platforms where we can have a very nice discussion over the topics. Yeah.
Sure, thank you.